Hello friends, it's Danny. Welcome to another pre-film video. Today I am going to be talking about my top 5 auto-buy authors. I'm sure everybody knows what an auto-buy author is, but if you don't, an auto-buy author is an author that as soon as they drop a book that has been released, you automatically go and you buy it. Regardless of what it's about, it's an author that you love so much that you don't care what they're writing, you're just gonna pick up that book anyways. I have narrowed it down to a solid 5. Kind of 6 because one is a duo. Shocker. These are not in any order. If I had to rank them, I probably wouldn't be able to. Next on my list is Casey West. You guys have seen this in my unboxing of this book, which is her most recent one that comes out in December, which is Love, Life, and the List. And then I have all of her other books that are contemporary. So this is the one exception. Casey West has written Pivot Point Duology, and I have not picked that one up because I don't want to read that, but I love her contemporaries specifically. I have all of them, which is The Distance Between Us, On the Fence, The Fill-In Boyfriend, By Your Side, P.S. I Like You, Lucky in Love, and then her newest one, which is Love, Life, and the List. I just love her. She writes fluffy contemporaries. She has amazing cover art. Let's be real here. Her cover art is beautiful. They're all really cute. They're just my favorite fluffy feel-good, read when you have nothing else to read, or read when you don't feel like reading but you know you should be reading something sort of books. Her past few have been a little immature to me, and maybe that's just because I'm growing up, but I'm really hopeful that this one is a little more mature, and I will happily buy any other book she writes in contemporary. Next on my list is Becky Albertalli. Becky Albertalli is my fave. I love her so much. I got to meet her at the beginning of September at Frenzy Presents. We had this long conversation, so she's like very near and dear to my heart, but she wrote Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda and The Upside of Unrequited. And now she and Adam Silvera have a book coming out in fall of next year. My two LGBT queens and kings, they are together, they are doing a thing. How did I not know this? I don't know. But they've announced it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to buy it. Any other book that Becky has written, I will be buying. Her contemporaries are on point. They're LGBT. They're beautiful. They cover topics that are relatable and recurrent and perfect. And so they're my feel-good fuzzy books. And this book actually got me through my last surgery. It was the first book I finished during my surgery recovery time. So I've just pulled my one favorite book from this author because I have way too many to actually show. This is my #1 auto-buy author from when I was younger to probably still now. I have yet to get her new book. I've missed a lot of her newer books, but this was my #1 go-to, and I was given a whole bunch of her books for free, and so she has a near and dear place to my heart, and that is Lorraine McDaniel. This is my favorite book of hers ever, which is technically 3 books, but it's my favorite 3 in one collection, so it's perfect. It is Don't Die My Love, I'll Be Seeing You in a Rose from Melinda. All of her other ones start from here and go to Out of Frame. So her books are very similar. They all focus on like people who are suffering from illnesses or mental illnesses or pregnancy problems, or they got a lot going on in their lives. Every book is like that. And I think because when I was younger I was severely ill, and so it kind of made me relate to these books, and that was what started me in my love for her books. And as I've grown up, I've read more of her books and realized that they're very middle school grade based, even though they focus on really heavy topics. Because she's an adult, a lot of her characters are more so written like a 16-year-old sounds like a 13-year-old in my head, because I know how like we act, how we're different from the way she writes. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to stop buying her books, because I can't do that. I can't make myself do that. He has already been mentioned in this video because he is doing a book with Becky Albertalli very, very soon, and that is Adam Silvera. Let's be real, I have 2 copies of this art, both die at the end, and this is History Is All You Left Me. He has also written More Happy Than Not, and now he has written What If It's Us with Becky Albertalli. And he is the king of LGBT sadness, because every single one of his books makes me cry. I have yet to read More Happy Than Not. I have read these two. I am so damn ready for his new book. But they're just perfect. They're all LGBT and it's relatable. Most of them feature dying. I don't know why. I'm hoping this new one is going to be light and fluffy. His books are amazing. I can read them within a couple of days. They just make me happy, sad, sad, happy, sobbing mess. And yeah, I will be buying More Happy Than Not very soon, and then his new books. We're upping it to 6 authors, technically 7, because there's another author who I will auto buy, and that is Kiera Cass. I have all her selection series except for the first book because I read that through my sister-in-law, and I have to get that to complete the first series. Then I have the daughter series of the selection and the Siren right here. Kiera Cass is probably one of my favorite authors. Her books are like my binge books. They are what I go to when I need a comfort read. Normally I wouldn't say that a dystopian is my go-to like auto read for like to feel better, but her books are. I read them so fast and they just make me so happy, and it's like the characters, I hate some of them, but I still read them. And I would auto buy any of her books. The only book I have not read is The Siren, but I'd auto buy any of them, let's be real. And the last auto buy author that I would buy anything is Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, my queens of These Broken Stars, This Shattered World, and Their Fractured Light. This, guys, you know, these are my babies. These are my life. My traveling book was this before it kind of got stolen. What? So I'm probably going to be sending out a new traveling book of this at some point next year if I feel comfortable doing that. Kind of sucks that I lost that, but it's okay. But these guys together are amazing. I have bought Amy Kaufman's book with Jay Kristoff, but these are my queens, and so I will be buying Unearthed unless I can miraculously get an arc of Unearthed from Books for Trade. I've been just desperately trying to get anything related to these. I actually just got a bookmark of this, which is from Their Fractured Light. It is We Are and Will Always Be What We Choose. I love it. If you don't know, they write space operas. This is literally Titanic in space for the first book, and then it continues in that world for the second and third book. Their new book is also going to be very similar to that genre, and I never expected my favorite book to be a sci-fi book, but it is, and I can't even wait for Unearthed to happen. I can't really tell who writes which chapter because they're so interwoven. So I don't know how I'd feel about buying them as separate authors, but together they are my queens and I will buy anything they write. So they have been my 5, 6/7 auto buy authors. I really love all of them, all for different reasons, or maybe all for similar reasons. I love them all, and so they would be the people that I will buy every single book that they publish. Comment down below some of your favorite auto buy authors. I'd love to see if you have anybody similar, or if you have somebody that I should maybe check out. That is it for this video, you guys. I don't know what my next one's gonna be, but whatever it is, I'll see you guys in that one.